This thing on? Hello. What's good, y'all? My name is Isaiah Christopher Thomas. I am a young adult entrepreneur. Let me tell you guys something real quick. I have been getting so many, not just comments, but just tons of feedback from this channel of how do you become an entrepreneur? What does that even mean? And how can I do it, right? Well, you've come to the right place. My name is Isaiah Christopher Thomas. I am a young adult author as well. I wrote the book An Athlete's Most Pressing Need. I'm a skills coach. I train athletes, and I have a clothing brand where I design clothes. This one isn't it, but if it was, it would be nice. But anyways, this is not my shirt. But anyways, guys, I'm so excited. So I've been wanting to share this topic with you guys for a long time. And if you're new to this channel, again, my other videos are about athletes and just, my story in the athletics world, where God took me from mental anguish to clarity, from pain to peace. I was struggling with anxiety, but God delivered me from it. He gave me peace, and He showed me who I was, where I was an aspiring NBA athlete, trying to just, grind and do all the things day in and day out just to make it to the league and stuff. But then God completely changed my life. I'm a full-time entrepreneur now, and this is my story. So let me share my story with you guys, and then I'll give you guys some points on how you can also be an entrepreneur and what you can do to start that process. So I'm actually reading from one of my articles that I was featured in, Tennessee Highlighter. This is the story. I started my own business in the name of freedom. There is something special to see a goal being fulfilled, doing what you love. In my circles, I would consistently see people become burnt out, attempting an unachievable goal to find happiness in a 9-to-5 framework that they didn't like. It paid them enough to get by, but however, I desired to live a life balanced where I could work in a field that I am passionate about, but also spend quality time with my now wife. That's an excerpt from Tennessee Highlighter, one of the magazines that feature me for aspiring or up and coming entrepreneurs. That's my story, and that's the entrepreneur story for me, and that was this year actually. They featured me in one last year, 2 years ago, but that's my story. And guys, it's so true. I started this business, I started this entrepreneur journey, honestly, in the name of freedom, right? I wanted to be at home. I wanted to be able to be with my wife. I wanted to be able to go on trips with her. I wanted to be able to live my life in freedom and go to the beach when I was living in California, and stay outside and just be free, and honestly just live life on my own terms. And this was the way, and God showed me this was the way. He said, I have built you for this and for such a time as this. He changed me. He changed my name. He said, you're an entrepreneur now. Let's do this. You're not an athlete anymore. You're an entrepreneur. Or and that's what happened. So I wanted freedom. I wanted rest from just the grinding, from day in and day out, just trying to chase something that wasn't even meant for me. And gosh, yeah. So let's hop into some points. Let's hop into some points on how you can also do that. Let me ask you guys a question. Are you guys desiring the same thing that I desired? Freedom, rest from a 9-to-5 framework, wanting to spend time with your wife, and just having that type of mindset so you can be free, go to the beach or whatever, and just live your life, and money will just start coming in passively? If that's you, then just comment in the section if that's you. If that's you, then you're on the right channel. But anyways, this is how you can do it. And this is how God showed me. He said, okay, so I'm gonna give you guys 2 things. And within those 2 things are gonna be 3 sub points. So the first one is how I became an entrepreneur is I found out who I was. Ooh, yeah, that's where it starts. That's where it starts. Okay, let me tell y'all, because it's a powerful thing. When you know who you are, when God shows you who you are, it changes the game. Okay, anyways, So the three sub points of that is when you find out who you are, you'll find out your giftings. That's for one. You'll find out your talents, and then you'll find out your desires. So I had to do a lot of digging. So whenever I stopped playing basketball, I had to do a lot of digging, and I had to figure out, okay, what else do I desire? What else do I love about life? What else am I good at? What are also my talents? Like, I had some talents where, like, you know, I played the drums, or I like to lift weights, or, you know, like things like that. If you can't tell, I'm very swole. But anyways, that didn't work out. But yeah, so that's what I had to do. I went through that journey, and it come to find out, backtrack, when I was playing sports, doing what I do now, training athletes, I would actually train my teammates, and I didn't realize until now that was a gifting, right? And sometimes you have to look back to move forward, and that's something that I actually almost want to quote my youth pastor on that, but sometimes you got to look back to look forward, and it's such a true thing. And I learned that I had a gift of teaching. So one of the giftings that I figured out in that story was I have a gift of teaching. My desire was still basketball. It wasn't to go to the NBA, but it started to make more sense whenever I started to figure out, okay, if I have a gift of teaching and I also still love basketball, even though I'm not pursuing the NBA anymore, that must mean that I should teach athletes. So that's a skills coach. That falls under the career of a skills coach. So that's how I figured it out. That's the first thing that I had to do. I had to figure out who I was. And giftings and talents are like the same thing. They're what you're good at. They're what you do and all the things. Sorry, there's a fly on the camera. Man. All right, I don't know what it is. There's a ton of... That's weird. There's a ton of flies in here. Anyways, but yeah, that's the first thing. Okay. All right, y'all. Now the second thing, if you got a pen and a paper, you gotta write this down, God. You gotta write this down. Woo, because I'm hype about it. So the second thing is a business model. So, after I found out who I was, what I was good at, what I desired, then I found a business model. So the three like sub points from like your business model is you find a mentor. For one, find like a course or a book, and then find community. So those are the things that you want to do to be able to find and thrive, honestly, in the entrepreneurial journey that you're on. Because, man, guys, I'm telling you, if you can do those two things and then those three sub points within those two things, you will become successful, and you will be free, you will be happy, you'll be at rest, and you will actually be able to spend time with your wife or go to the beach or do all the things that you've always wanted to do, guys. Like, I'm telling you, it's amazing. But yeah, I just want to hop on here and what is good, y'all? My bad, the video cut out, but I just want to say I appreciate you guys, and tune in, subscribe for more of these videos. I'm going to keep making them. I'm going to keep showing you guys how to become entrepreneurs, and I'm just going to keep doing it. So I appreciate you guys. Peace.